Okay, so what we're gonna do here is something. It's for this is for live tournaments, of course, online, except for in I think it's TTL league you can use condition checker, but outside of that you can't use it in a real tournament. So what you can do instead is you can watch, and this really only applies in the second, third, fourth quarter because you do preseason. But what I did was I simmed a week, so these are all essentially fourth quarter conditions. Uh, Now the kick the kicker gets a MS of the right end. So based on how fast he is, you can you might be able to check condition of your right end, but other not so much. And then from the top down, it's in order position. So top guy is nose tackle, then DL3, LB1, LB2, and LB3, and then the kickers after LB3. Then it's LB4, then DB1 through 4 below there. So what you'd expect is the guy right before the kicker is probably should be the fastest. Guy below that should be pretty fast. The guy above the right above the kicker should be pretty fast too. And then the third guy down at the tail, he should also be pretty fast. But I want to know if I have any good defensive backs. It'd be nice to have a defensive back when you're playing with Buffalo that can really move. Okay, doesn't really look. Didn't really see anything on that. Uh, Looks like DB4 might have been fast. Let's take a look at what it actually was. Nothing's really standing out so far. Kirby Jackson has got a little speed. Okay, and he was good. So, yeah, Leonard Smith, if he's in good, best defensive back. I mean, stats right there 44. He's as fast as Odoms, and he has more interceptions. So yeah, he becomes a usable player if you see that. It's hard. Now let's. Now this one's a pretty easy one. Okay, god damn it. No hints. Let's go with. This I'll just fast forward it instead. Let's go to Indy. And but it's usually good to watch one end, top or bottom, depending who you're looking for. So yeah, pretty obvious here that they all should be the same because they all suck. Maybe one guy will jump out. Look at the bottom. It looks like DB2 and DB3 might be able to move some. Didn't see anything on the top. I was able to glance at the top. It's, Good and Pryor. Uh, Pryor is probably the guy you're gonna be playing with the most, anyways. Let's see, bad. No one yet. Oh, excellent and good. So partial credit. I should have been. I didn't notice Chris good and excellent. They looked about the same. So they don't always line up equally. So I would have been Pryor, and he would have some extra speed, but I missed out on good. Fucking got a 44 running power guy on the Colts. You guys should see that. Just do every team versus Buffalo. Oh wait, I want them to return. So yeah, Cross is the kickoff. Offerdale is gonna be right above the white guy who isn't the kicker. He should be really moving. Oliver and Williams. Uh, those are your two guys you're looking at the most, and then maybe even Nakaya right above the bottom three, but the bottom two mostly. Now this is a reason you might want to actually return the ball. so you can start the third quarter knowing your conditions. Because obviously this only works if you get to kick the ball off. So you either got to score points, put points on the board, field goal or touchdown, or kick off, start the half. Okay. It looks like we got some DB3 moving. He's a condition above. He's got to be a condition above DB4. So let's take a look at what we got. Offered L look the fastest L, but he's good. Yep, got it right. Didn't see Offerdale slowing down. But okay, let's take. Man. You want to return. Okay, let's see. New England, Agnew, second guy down. He should fly. He should be your fastest guy. Then Tippett, right below him. Third guy from the top. Should move a little. And then two guys below the kicker. That should be Lippett and Hurst. Hurst should be moving, and so should Hurst should move a little bit. Lippett should. Let's watch the. I'm gonna watch the bottom. Oof. I think LB1 might be in bad. Agnew. I didn't see anything special from Hurst. Lippett looks pretty. I think Hurst might be in bad. I think LB1 and DB2 might. No, DB1 might be in bad. Let's take a look. Gold's in good. Agnew. Nope, he's an average. Hurst isn't bad. Didn't see Marion jump out to me. And also what you're really looking for is contrast. Because it's hard to say, oh, this guy's definitely in good without comparing his speed to another guy's speed. Now we got the Jets. So this one's pretty easy. The two guys above the kicker should be the fastest on the top. So I'm actually going to watch the top. And then McMillan should be the second guy on the bottom. I might glance at him. Okay, that looks pretty standard. I didn't see anything that jumped out at me. It's about what I would expect. It's always nice if you get Clifton good because he's got that intercepted. No, he's got those interceptions. So if you can get him moving, Bird's really the guy. I can't see anyone. Blah, blah, blah. Didn't see anyone jump out. I actually saw the Bills DB3, Leon Seals, I think it is, really jumped out to me one time. Oh, McMillan and good. Cincinnati, I already actually looked at. I tried to do another video earlier, but it didn't really work out. But I know. Well, it's just. Let's see. This one's for you because I already know the answer. I got one part of it right. Actually, based on that, I wouldn't know. I don't know. Somehow I got Bussy being good, and he wasn't right. He was. So I guess he was kind of keeping his own with Vulture. First time I watched it, didn't see anything special beyond that. Okay, let's do Cleveland now. Cleveland, Blaylock should be able to move. He's LB1. Johnson, right above the kicker. He should be the fastest. And then below that, Matthews, he should move a little. Then two below that, Manfield. Uh, you know what? I think I'm going to try to look at both. See if Blaylock can move. Mainly, I'm looking at the top here. DB4 is the guy that's looking at. He must be an excellent or something. Didn't see anything. They actually looked like they might. Some of those might kind of averaged out. Didn't see anything special on top. They all look pretty similar in terms of speed. Let's look at him. Yep, excellent. Blaylock. Grayson's in good. Johnson. Okay, that kind of makes sense. So Blaylock at average. Grayson is good. Johnson and bad. They're all 38. That's why they're all moving around, not too good. And yeah, Felix Wright. Felix the Cat. It's a hell of a player there. 44-63. I mean, just gonna do a comparison. Yeah, he's what McMillan is in an average, so that's pretty damn good. Houston next. Man versus Co. So let's see here. Jones is the kickoff guy. Is DL1, so I can really see him. You might be able to get a condition based off, you know, how fast you move. Fuller, move little. I'm gonna look at the bottom, obviously, because like Childress should move. Johnson, those two should move, and then maybe you'll get. Be great to have DB2 or DB4 really start moving. You can get a bond defensive back you can use. I mean DB3. That's Kennard, so expect him to have a little speed, so he might just be an average. Okay, so may I focus too much on that. Didn't really check the players I should check on the most. Johnson isn't good. Should check him the most. Really? Didn't see him. Looking at the bottom. Yeah, that's a usable guy. Still probably use Children, but maybe to drop back with the linebacker. Kennard is just an average. Okay, let's go to Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh's all different because everybody's got a little bit of speed. So usually I mention the 38 RP players, but now I'm just going to default to 50. So Williams, top guy, he's got 44. Lloyd, LB1, he should be the fastest. Little should also be fast. Woodson should obviously be fast. Woodruff and Lake. A lot of guys should be fast out here. Let's take a look. Who should I look at? Should I look at the linebackers or should I look at Woodson? Like DB2 might be in bad. Woodson, I didn't see much from the kicker, and LB1 might be in bad. Well, that's the kicker, so I wanted to see that. Willis isn't good. Lloyd isn't bad. LB1 is bad like it. And Little is bad too, so. Jeez. Hardy's the only one not in bad. Woodson's fine. He's not in bad. Carnell, he's not in. DB4 looked like he was fast. Okay, let's go on to Denver. Let's see. Mecklenburg's 44. Brooks 38. Then Fletcher, he should be flying. Smith and Atwater at the bottom. Atwater should move a little. Smith should move some more than that. Let's take a look at the bottom. See if we had a defensive back that wants to play besides Smith. It looks like Fletcher doesn't really want to move much. I think he's in bad. Yep. Braxton's in bad. Okay. Kansas City. We'll look at defensive backs. The guys on the bottom, the very bottom two shouldn't move at all. Then the other three should move a little. Then the top, Snow, Hackett, Thomas, and Smith, and they should all move pretty good. Thomas being the fastest, and then Snow. Hmm. So I kind of want to watch. Do I want to watch? See, see if let's go to the. We know that even in bad, Snow and Thomas are useful. Let's look at the bottom, see if we can find anyone useful there. It'll look like it. Yeah, Thomas looks like he might be in good. Other than that, it looks pretty. It's freaking moving, man. That might just be him though. But I think he might be in good. Yep. Ah, Dino's in good too. And so, well, I guess by contrast, I shouldn't have noticed, but okay. But so it's all, huh? They're all in good. So yeah, I thought he was faster. Okay, Raiders. Howie Long should be able to move some. Wallace and Davis move some too. And at the bottom, Washington, McDaniel, Anderson. Uh, and then in the very bottom, the guy should suck. Uh, hmm. Yeah, let's. Who do we want to watch? See if we have linebackers. Let's watch the bottom. Okay, didn't see anything. Nothing jumped out at me there. I don't know why I watch the kick all the time. Either way, we're just gonna go through all the teams. If anyone's watching, getting bored, I understand. Davison bad. That would have been good to know. Ellison and good. That's 50 interceptions, 38 speed. That's pretty good. Nothing jumped out at me now. Good. Okay, so I missed some things there. San Diego. So we should have Williams and O'Neal. Actually, Miller's got a little speed than Williams and O'Neal. Should be kind of like increasing speed from top down, and then Sale should not do much. Plummer, a little speed. And then Seal and Bird. Rolling shouldn't move much. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Plummer should be on the top, actually. Let's watch see what we got for Bird and Seal, and maybe even Glenn. He's got a little speed to him. Okay. Hold on. That goes DB1. Seal and excellent. They fuck up that massively. Good. Okay. Yeah, so Seal by comparison is an excellent because I was comparing him to Bird, and Bird just went down a notch. Let's see anyone. How's the O'Neal? I thought Bayless held his own, but yeah, Seal is better in this case. He's one notch interception less, but in this case, I think he's better. Let's see. We got Green. Should obviously second one down. Should really move. Then Porter. Porter's a good guy to watch, especially if you might face off against I-Form. You could have a good LB1 that's really helpful. But I'm watching Harper and Glasgow. Because I know Green. See if we can have a. It's the DB4 in the very bottom. DB2 is above that. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. They just that slow. I couldn't tell the difference. I didn't see anything that jumped out. I don't think LB1 is much fast. It might just be so slow I couldn't tell. Yeah, goddamn, he was in great. Well, I knew he flew out the most, but well, that's probably why I didn't notice him because Kennedy isn't good. Bad. Okay, they weren't particularly slow. They just didn't jump out to me. Washington, that's a pretty. You're looking at Green and Mayhew, and that's about it. I mean, we got Charles Mann, maybe Collins. You might want to take a look at, but mainly I'm looking at Green and Mayhew. Okay, so Green is really. I think Green might be in good, while Mayhew might be in bad. Let's see, maybe these guys do anything special. Average. Mayhew isn't bad. Okay. Giants. Uh. Well, obviously LB1 should be flying. I'm gonna look, see how Reasons does, and then I'm gonna look at the bottom, see if anyone jumps out. Okay. Looks like a little bit for DB4 and a lot. Shit. That was bad. I don't know which, if I'm looking at Johnson or Walls. Jeez. It wasn't even the right guy. God. Walls was fucking moving. That's what happens when you miss time, man. Reasons got nothing. Banks. Walls could really move. See, that was bad. Didn't keep track of who was who. You got fucking. What is that? That's crazy. It's like fucking Wayne Hacks out there and I didn't notice. It's bad. That's why it helps to practice this kind of shit. Okay, so White should move a lot. Brown, Allen Smith, and Joyner. I'm gonna look at those three. Nothing jumped out. That does happen. Does kind of stink. It's like, nothing jumped out. Brown's in bad. Huh. They're all in bad. No wonder they didn't jump out. These guys are just slow enough not to fucking. Phoenix. Now, this is one I should look at more because Lonnie Young and Tim McDonald. Lonnie Young is kind of hard to. I'm sure it's gonna be kind of hard to judge. A good thing. And then LB Joe Nunn and Harvey. Those are guys who should watch too. Okay, so nothing really jumped out. Young is faster. Uh, DL3 I think was in good move. Yeah, there you go. Want to see if he would bring it back. No, Carvey's in bad. That's what it was. Okay, so Dallas. I'm be looking like Hendrickson, Holt, and even the other guys. And Noonan, Stubbs, Norton, and Locke are actually on top. Uh, all have decent speed, so they could be breakout players. 1 and 4. I didn't see who was flying up there. Someone got really moved. 1 and 4. So that probably means 4 isn't good. Holton isn't bad. Washington's probably might even be an excellent. Someone on the top was really fucking moving. Washington good. Horn. I think Holt's gonna be in bad, and Hendricks probably just gonna be an average. I guess it's Lockhart. Yeah, Lockhart was fucking moving. I mean, it makes sense that he's the most likely candidate, but especially maybe it's just comparison because look at that Stubbs, Norton, and Jones, the other three linebackers, slow down, and he Jones, or no, the not Jones, Stubbs is the other three guys near him, and then Noonan is holding his own. Let's see, we got Chicago. I'm looking at Armstrong. Uh, Probably just looking at the kickoff team or the bottom. I mean, you can tell. Usually, I look at the bottom. Oh god damn it! Oh well. Okay, so DB4 is the only one you're not really looking at moving there. So I'm guessing he's slow anyway, so he's probably an average. Dent. Didn't see he went fly out, so yeah. Well, I mean, Singletary should have stuck out to be a little average. Oh, Wolford's in good, and Gale Carey's probably an average. Yeah. So yeah, those three 44, 44, 40, and then he was so slow. Uh, yeah. Detroit. Uh, I don't remember. I already did something with Detroit. Don't remember anything sticking out. Watch it again. Okay, DB4 is the fastest, followed by DB2. If I ever recall correctly, I think everyone was just mainly an average. So really nothing jumped out. Average, 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 average. Okay, Benny Blades. So yeah, we got that was pretty much nothing. Nothing right home. Green Bay. Now this is a team you already know Nelson and Harris. I mean, even in bad and everyone else in excellent, Harris would be tied with that just the same speed as everyone else. So he's useful no matter what. So what I think you do is look at the bottom, especially with Stefan. Stefan's got 38 interceptions. So if anyone in the bottom really jumps out, then that could be useful, really for defending the pass, as Green Bay doesn't really have much to do with that. And no one wants to fucking do anything. Never. Okay, looks like they're all in fucking average, or maybe they're all in good, or all in bad, and no one stood out. Let's see, Green Bay. Bob Nelson's in bad. Average, average, average. Seattle's in bad. Yeah, no one jumped out. So Minnesota. Uh, I might look at the top, or maybe you could look to see if Lee. Let's see. I mean, hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna look at Merriweather and Millard. Yeah, I might try to take a look at the bottom, see if I can tell what's going on with the my DBs. Maybe Lee might be better than Brown. Okay, looks pretty average. Kind of got caught up with the. I didn't really see much there. Forgot that Millard's white. Let's see here. It really jumped out. Okay, that's because they're both in bad. Like I say, it's hard. It's contrast, really, what it is. Lee, does that mean Browner? Oh, really? Well, I fucking suck. Should have seen that. 56. Look at that. Really moving. Browner, not so much. Oh, well. Missed that. Tampa. Tampa. Should know. Obviously, Haddock should fly. Robinson at the very bottom should move a little. Davis, the guy, second guy from the top, should move some too. I'm gonna try watching the whole damn thing, see if anyone besides Haddix jumps out. Yeah. I think that was pretty average. Davis and DB4. Robinson jumped out, and obviously Haddix fucking flew. Based on how far they get, you might actually even be able to tell conditions. But right now, I'm just doing simple contrast. Davis, oh, he's in good. Haddix average. He's in good too. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, uh I guess I underestimated them. Uh they were the guys who jumped out the most. These are the only other guys I really use. Unless, you put in a play where I can dive it with even shit players. Uh San Francisco, you're not gonna if you're lucky enough to play with them, bottom two guys are your dudes, and Haley should fucking move. Holt, Romanowski, some two. Millen, you might if you're playing against the. No, you probably wouldn't know. Unless Millen really fucking jumps out to you, you will. And he's 31, and you would want, and you're worrying about Buffalo Giants or Houston, which that's not gonna. I mean, if you're playing like the Raiders, yeah, that might help. But I'm looking at Weimer, seeing who I want to be. Okay, a lot it is. I think unless there's a really big change, He must be in good. Or in contrast, it's Waymer average, Lawton good. Yeah. Carter, Holton bad. Okay, so I didn't really miss anyone. But yeah, usually I'm Waymer, because he's fast enough. But 2 notches plus, now he's only 2 notches above for interceptions. And plus he's got 75 hitting power, which actually might be better used on for the drone, but you got that speed on you. So Rams, Green right below, gonna fly. Not really worried about anyone on top. So we'll have to look at the bottom. We'll look at the defensive backs. See how they do. DB1, DB4 are by default the faster ones. Yeah. I think DB2 might be in bad. Green didn't really jump out to me. He might be in bad. Or maybe everyone's in good except one guy. I don't know. Let's take a look. Start from the bottom. Average. Nope. He's an average. Green was in bad. Okay. The Saints. Now this is a team. This is one that would have a good case for looking to the top. We got Wilkes, William Johnson on top, and even Millis with 38. But no, I think I'm going to have to look at the bottom. Look at Massey and Maxey. That's who I'm looking at. You know, this is something, if you're scoring a bunch, especially if you get a touchdown in the third quarter after you kicked it off, might be fortunate to look twice because it only changes every quarter, obviously. Okay. Massey and Maxey. Maybe Cook and Atkins. DB4 and who? And Turnbull is fucking moving. I think Turnbull might be mini Bob Nelson there. I think he might be an excellent. Turnbull was fucking moving. Not Turnbull. The nose tackle, duh. We just looked at the first guy. Yes. Nose tackle. Cook. Oh, Massey's in bad. Maxey, I think he's in good. Yeah. So we got a lot of there, except I called him the wrong fucking name, but nose tackle. Look at him. Look at that motherfucker. And might be able to drop him back into coverage even. That interception rate. But mainly Maxey's your guy. Atlanta Falcons. So Mike Gann, we'll look at Jesse Tuggle. I'm probably gonna look at the top. I'm probably gonna look at Gann and Tuggle and just assume Sanders isn't gonna let me down. Because Sanders clearly your guy. Because even in bad, and everyone else would be an excellent, he'd be faster. Because he hit 50 and everyone else be 44. Right? In case if you watch through this whole thing, I normally judge people by running power because in the most cases, this running speed is at the same ratio. Okay, let's look at the top. Again, it could move a little. Nothing really jumped out. See if I missed anything on this, the last one. Good. Nothing. Nothing's better. Dion probably just an average. Yep. Still fucking move. Okay, well, that's the stream. You watch the whole way through. Maybe leave a comment. Uh, it's a YouTube video. Uh, yeah. So that's something if you're looking to be good live, that might help. And that's another reason you might want to consider actually returning to start the game so you can start the second half with a condition check on the kickoff.